Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Office Bloke Daz.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
And I'm Office Bloke Max.
Three of us here today.
Yeah.
All in attendance.
Ready to go.
Bit of donut, that's why.
Lovely.
Female officer stabbed in the head.
I'll tell it
Doesn't
off.
sound good at all.
Yeah.
That's not good at all. Should we get into it?
Yeah.
Aye, aye.
Stop! Get out of the car!
Holy shit.
Wow.
Hi everyone, Donut here. Have you been seeing all these knife attacks in the news lately? Not to mention here on my channel, I believe almost every video I've done the past couple months has been a knife attack. It's almost like we are turning into jolly old England. Lots of people running around these days trying to dice up their fellow men.
Chop, 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 chop!
We're going to be talking about that today and then a couple of other incidents where officers faced sudden, violent attacks. One during a traffic stop and another one where an officer was responding to a home. It's a reminder of how things can quickly get very, very foobar. And it proves that when you're an officer, you gotta have your guard up at all times. Our sponsor for this video is Manscaped. Now that you've used the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra to get those franken. Before we get into the main video, I wanted to cover an incident out of Illinois. Officers absolutely blow the hip bone off of an offender who had just killed his father. September 27th, 2024,
Wow.
Kendall County, Illinois. At 6:39 p.m., a 70-year-old man calls 911 and says that he thinks that there's a home invader somewhere in his house and that some of his guns are missing. That's a hot call right there, boys, which leads to one of the worst 911 calls I've ever heard in my life.
911, what's the location emergency?
Yes, pretty sure I just got robbed today. Some of my guns are missing and everything.
Okay. And what is your address?
It's Pratt Court, Plano, Illinois.
Okay. And do you have like signs of forced entry in your home?
Yeah, I just noticed it right now.
All right. How many of them are missing?
That I don't know yet because I didn't take inventory, but I know a shotgun is missing.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and have our officer.
Hey!
You can kind of guess what happened there.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's mad.
He said it was his son.
That's what it said, didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think so.
Incredible.
Wow.
You've got to be proper off your nut,
Ugh.
right?
Yeah.
The caller starts screaming and then the line cuts out. At around the same time, a separate 911 call comes in that reports shots fired in that same area.
What is the address to your emergency?
Pratt Court. Somebody next door to me sound like a gunshot. Please come.
Okay. So shots fired.
That's what it sounded like. But his window was just busted, so like somebody shot through his window, and I just heard him. It was a gun. Please hurry.
I know. We've got help coming. Okay.
This hot call just became super fucking hot. Officers are running code 3 as fast as humanly possible, and within only a couple of minutes, they arrive at the scene. When they get there, they see a vehicle backing out of the garage.
The 601 garage door just opened. Vehicle started in the garage. Hey, please stop! 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 Got a 28 Edward Bravo, Edward Boy 20606, 20606. Stop!
The suspect obviously ignores the officer's commands to stop and immediately takes off. Luckily, other officers seeing the vehicle leaving the scene of the crime and they pursue.
I've ever seen a Bronco being chased by police before.
Oh, yeah.
The OJ chase was
Oh, yeah. It's funny. It's still using his indicator there as well.
Oh, yeah, I do like that Bronco, the new Bronco as well. Pretty smart, aren't they?
So now officers get themselves in a high-speed chase with someone who is armed and dangerous and has already killed someone until the suspect runs into a little bit of traffic.
Get out of the car!
Holy shit.
As the suspect exits the vehicle, we finally get to see that stolen shotgun that he had. That leaves officers no other choice but to respond how they normally do in situations like this.
Get out of the car! Please, fire, fire, fire!
Took a few shots to put him down though,
He
right?
did. Yeah.
Don't move!
He points that 12 gauge at
Wow.
officers and even manages to get one round off. In return, officers fire about a dozen rounds, one of which hits him in his pelvic bowl. We've talked about that a lot on this channel. Which remind me, the next war is going to be fought with plate carriers, so aim for the dick.
This violates the Geneva Convention. I never heard of it.
After the suspect goes down, officers move in to render first aid. They get him to a hospital, but oh no, he died. Which, let's be honest, that was probably his plan the second he got out of the car. A little sewer slide by cop. The actual tragic thing about this incident, which you can probably see where this is going, the 70-year-old man was killed. The shots that killed him when he was on that 911 call were from his son. That's who police just shot. We don't really have a motive for why, but I can guess mental instability, drugs, or both. Breaking into your dad's home, stealing a shotgun, and killing him with it, come on. We gotta move on, but I do want to give a shout out to the officers involved in this video. Kendall County Sheriff's Department and Plano Police Department, whose response time is crazy fast. They got there in a matter of minutes and were able to catch the suspect. Unfortunately, he had already committed that heinous crime against his father. Real quick, I just wanted to say, check out pepperbox.tv to see all this uncensored. Let's dive into our main event. October 5th, 2024, Bridgeport, Connecticut. At about 1 a.m. on a Saturday morning, officers respond to an emotionally unstable man, and it already doesn't look very promising.
Let me see if Josh can open it. Sir!
26 minutes around the corner.
See? This is why we don't. Sorry.
The officers are on the porch talking to a 45-year-old man at this point. Somewhere in this incident, the man had closed the door, locked it, and stuck his hands in his pockets. That probably should have been addressed. We'll see why officers tend to tell people to get their hands out of their goddamn pockets.
What was it that it was in your pocket, though? Because it seemed interesting. It seemed like really interesting. Turn your pockets out really quick. Turn them out.
What is in your pocket?
Anyways, with the door being locked, one of the officers tries to get creative, pulls out a small pocket knife, and attempts to open the little latch to get it back to the dude. Meanwhile, someone inside helps by just opening the lock for the officers. And here's where things get a little crazy. With the officers positioning by the door and no one addressing the fact that he had his hands in his pockets.
They got keys now. So they're killing it.
Whoa.
Shit. As the door opens, dumbass pulls out a knife and shouts, "I'm going to f***ing kill you." Then attacks one of the female officers on scene. He ends up stabbing her in the head, shoulder, and neck. That's when one of the male officers on scene takes 2 shots at the suspects, putting him down on the ground.
Wow.
Wow.
Shots fired, shots fired. Don't move! Don't f***ing move! Don't f***ing move! Put the knife down! Put the knife down! Drop the f***ing knife! What? The knife! Drop the knife! Drop the f***ing knife!
As you can see, the suspect went from super tough guy with a knife to Lieutenant Dan in no time. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and assume that those shots that the officer fired went right into that dude's spine. I don't think he gonna walk no more.
Yeah, why don't you have a seat right over there? Okay.
The officer who was stabbed was rushed to the hospital, and good news, she was treated on site, released, and is expected to make a full recovery. Our bad guy is alive and faces a slew of charges, including attempted murder. His bail has been set at $750,000. How he even received bail is beyond me. But on the bright side,
I was just going to say the same there. How's he even got bail there?
It shouldn't even come into it, should it?
No, no.
Bail for attempted murder of a police officer with a knife.
Unhinged guy.
Yeah, no. Just no for me.
Trying to think, is that opening the door while the guy's still got hands in pockets? Is that a bad thing to do? Like not knowing?
Well, you don't know if he's got a gun or a knife.
That's
or
what
anything.
I mean.
Could be a gun, and if he shoots through the glass, then
that's fair.
there's that as well. Isn't
You got to try and get stop him as soon as possible.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. Yeah.
I think he's going to be running at anyone with a knife again. Maybe you could roll at him now. You just got to remember, it's always important to create a little distance with an agitated suspect like that. Never know what they might have on them. Like at an incident that also happened in Connecticut. During a traffic stop, it gets violent really quick. What? Violence on a traffic stop? No way. On Thursday, October 3rd, 2024, at approximately 1:24 p.m., an officer pulls over a vehicle for a simple registration issue. The driver exits the vehicle, gets aggressive, and wouldn't you know it, refuses to comply with commands.
Don't come near me. Don't come near me. What do you mean don't come near me? Don't come near me.
Out of nowhere, a physical altercation breaks out, probably because the officer wanted to detain the aggressive suspect. As you could probably guess though, when you have an aggressive suspect, you want to put him in cuffs to figure out what's going on. Doesn't always work out great.
Don't Tyler, don't Tyler, don't Tyler, don't Tyler, don't Tyler, don't Tyler,
pushed the cop over.
Yeah. There's blood everywhere there. wasn't there?
Yep, that is a stab wound right where you
Oh,
don't
wow.
Can't exactly slap a tourniquet on that one.
neck.
Luckily, the officer who was just stabbed back up arrives on scene right when this happened.
I don't know if he stabbed me or what he did. I don't know if he stabbed me.
Shoot him.
Wow. Yeah.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. All right. Hands behind your back. Down. Give me your other hand. Give me your other hand.
As the suspect is rolling on the ground screaming like a little bitch, we get to see something very rare, a successful taser deployment. Officers are successfully able to call for an ambulance before the dude bleeds out.
Did he stab you? He attacked me. Yeah, I think so. Let me see where. Right here. Yeah, come over here, Jimmy. Come over here. Come on. Come over here. Jimmy, sit down. LC 44, sit down. Sit down. 42. I need a medic. Immediately, I need a medic. Breathe. Sit down.
The officer who was stabbed was transported to the hospital and is expected to make a recovery. The suspect is probably still whining about having to follow laws or some other stupid shit.
Little crybaby.
He's being held on a whopping $3 million bond. He was charged with attempted murder and assault on a public servant. One major thing to take away from these incidents, of course, is just having a good little bit of distance between you and a suspect, especially when their hands are in their pockets.
Pocket sand.
Thanks for watching this breakdown.
Just shows, doesn't it? Just a traffic stop.
That's
Yeah.
And the cop was nearly murdered
I
because
know.
of it.
Do you know what though?
Gee.
When the cop gets there on that traffic, that last one, he kind of like rushed into the
did, yeah.
the guy.
I did think
he
that.
didn't really assess it. He just went
Yeah,
straight
you say
in.
you
didn't he?
don't come near me, something,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
And he went
So you
straight
think the
up
cop
and
might
got
say,
real
"Hold on,
close."
right, listen, it's just a thing.
Yeah.
He just want to talk to you. That's all. Maybe."
I think
But he sort of went. It looked like he went straight to try and grab his arm,
grab
didn't
his
he?
arm,
And
yeah.
get cuffs on him, but
Yeah, just to like not apprehend, but just calm down the aggression. But that's also putting aggression into the situation.
yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
it's clearly,
Obviously.
clearly no excuse for
Yeah,
stabbing a
don't
police
stab
officer.
someone in the neck.
No, you're not expecting to be stabbed.
You've
are
got to
you?
be.
No.
It's got to be some mental issues there. There's got no normal person would just do that, would they?
Well, why have you got a knife in your hand?
Why you carry the knife? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just absolutely incredible.
He's right what he says about over here as well. You know, we're turning into when he said, we're turning into
Turn
little
to
Britain.
England.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's out of control still. The
Yeah.
knife crime
Oh,
over here is just
crazy.
ridiculous.
But until they start putting, things in place, sentences in place that's going to deter it, and they're going to carry on keeping them, carrying them.
Yeah.
It's just the average age of people getting stabbed is getting so much younger as well.
I know.
It's always getting younger, especially around here as well.
There was a shooting yesterday as well, wasn't there, in Manchester as well? Like
Whereabouts?
Gorton.
Ah, well, I mean, it's Gorton, mate.
Yeah, it was on Thursday, yeah.
No offense to Gorton, but I mean, it's Gorton.
Yeah, it's the second one in a month, I think.
That's
And
crazy.
it's again, something like a 16-year-old's been arrested.
16. Jeez.
But they're all. I mean, a lot of them tend to be like gang-related, don't they? Drugs
Yeah, it is a
involved.
gang
I mean,
area,
a lot of them always seems to be revolving around that type of issue, should we say?
But yeah,
But-
they were bad then, though. That
Yeah,
guy
absolutely
who
terrible.
shot his dad and then got out of the car with a gun, like just waving his gun around. You might as well just say game over. Just walk out and it's game over for you, don't
Yeah,
you?
he knew that anyway, didn't he?
Yeah.
Obviously, he's again obviously had issues, and
Yeah.
he knew it was going to. He didn't want to go to prison for the rest of his life, which he would have done. So he clearly knew that he'd get shot by the police,
Why
didn't he?
take your dad out though like that? 70-year-old dad or whatever.
Yeah.
It was,
Don't know.
I mean?
It's crazy just seeing footage of someone get out because he was quite relaxed getting out of the car,
Yeah.
loading, cocking a shotgun, bang, and then didn't go for cover or anything. He's just like,
No,
"You're
but-
gonna get me."
Yeah,
so
Yeah,
that's crazy to actually physically see it.
But that one at the door stabbed the girl in the head.
He
Happened
must have
that
lost
quick,
his
didn't it,
mind.
again?
Yeah.
but
There's a lot of it nowadays, aren't there?
Yeah.
A lot of nutcases out there. Stay safe, everyone.
Yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers.